much more could be told of the Fifth Gospel, but I am sure the rest will emerge as humanity continues to evolve. My aim has been essentially to show you the nature of it by means of isolated incidents. Now, at the conclusion of these lectures, I recall that at the end of the first lecture I said it was a necessity of the times to speak now of the Fifth Gospel. I would ask you, please, to treat everything it has been possible to say with the right reverence. We have more than enough enemies already, and they have their own peculiar methods. I do not wish to speak on this point. You have probably read about it in the news sheet. You also know the strange fact that for some time now certain people have been saying that everything I teach is infected with all kinds of bigoted Christian dogma and even Jesuitism. This kind of malicious slander, without conscience, comes largely from some adherents of Adyar Theosophy, as it is called. What is worse, there is one source where people have been particularly vocal about the bigoted, perverted, and despicable nature of our teaching, and have also abysmally falsified it. A man coming from the United States spent weeks and months getting to know our teaching, writing it down, and then publishing it in a watered-down form as a Rosicrucian Theosophy, which he had copied from us. He does say he learned a lot from us here, but states that he was only afterward called to the masters and learned more from them. He did not make it clear that he had learned the deeper things from our lecture courses, which had not been published at the time. This has happened in the United States. Now, we might be as meek and mild about it as Hillel was, even when faced with the fact that this is having repercussions in Europe. The people who were most openly against us had a translation into German done, and it said in the introduction to the translation that a Rosicrucian approach had also developed in Europe, but in a bigoted Jesuit way, and that it could only thrive in the pure air of California. Well, you can imagine the rest. This is the method used by our opponents. We may look at these things leniently, and indeed with compassion, but we must not close our eyes to them. Seeing that such things happen, people who have shown such remarkable lenience over the years to those who acted without conscience should also beware. Perhaps their eyes will be opened one day. I really do not wish to speak about these things, but it is necessary for the sake of truth. All these things must be seen very clearly. On one hand, we have people spreading such things about, but this does not preserve us from others joining the fray who are somewhat more honest in finding these things unpalatable. I won't bother you with all the silly things the two parties managed to write between them, for there is no need to pay attention to the peculiar literature now appearing in Germany, written by Freimark, Schalk, Mach, and others, because the standard is extremely poor. But there are people who have a special problem with anything of the nature of this Fifth Gospel. Perhaps hatred was never more honest than in the criticisms that were raised as soon as the mystery of the two Jesus children became publicly known.